Go ahead and get started. If you will use the hand raise reaction for questions, just so I can kind of moderate a little easier, that would be great. I have with us Maggie Nichols. She's one of the most decorated, if not the most decorated Sooner. She's a 2020 AAI award winner, 2019 Honda Sport Award winner, and 2019 NCAA Inspiration Award winner, a two-time Big 12 Gymnast of the Year, two-time Big 12 Female Athlete of the Year, 6 individual national titles, 2 team titles, and a whole lot more accolades that I could go on and on forever. She released her official memoir, Unstoppable, last month. She'll be here Friday for a book signing. Maggie, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm just going to go ahead and open the floor for questions if you're ready.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll get started with Ryan.
Hey, Maggie, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Tell me about why was it important for you to write this book, and what have you gotten out of the process of it and the reaction since it came out?
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to write a book like throughout my whole college career. And then when I graduated, I had the opportunity to do so and definitely took it and ran with it. I really just wanted to share my story and all the highs and all the lows and, the lessons that I learned. Throughout my career, I dealt with a lot of injuries and then obviously a lot with USA Gymnastics. And so I just wanted to share my story, how I overcame with a positive outlook. And so far with the book being released, it's been really good. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback, and I just hope that people are inspired by my story and also learn a lot from it. I feel like there was a lot of detail in my book that people don't really know. So I just hope that they took that away from it.
Was it tough getting into more detail about things and what you've been through, and just how important do you feel like that is to share with other people who, whether they've been through similar things or just can recognize and avoid the shame that sometimes comes with some of those things happening?
Yeah, it was definitely difficult to like relive some of the dark and hard times of my life and my career. But I thought it was really important to do so, again, just to educate other people and also people who may have, dealt with the same things and could relate to it and just feel like less alone. And also I talk about like how I overcame and what helped me, kind of move on with a positive attitude and just to get through. So I just hope people took that away from it. Obviously, it was hard to like relive it, but I just knew like in the back of my mind it was going to help other people. So that's what, helped with that.
Appreciate it, Maggie.
All right, Jenny.
Hey Maggie, sorry I'm not on video. I'm driving, so
Okay.
I'll try to multitask here. I wanted to ask you about the title. Those of us who spend our lives writing know how important headlines and titles are. Talk about the title for the book. Sort of, how did you land on that? What other options were out there? Why did you think that was the right title for this book?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't think I've been asked that yet. We kind of juggled with a few different titles. I think like the other one we were kind of leaning towards too was Undeniable. But we ultimately chose Unstoppable just because, again, in my story, I dealt with a lot of injuries and also the sexual abuse at USAG, and then went on to Oklahoma and just won a bunch of titles there. And so we just felt like nothing in my path could stop me. And I just overcame everything. So we just felt like that was most fitting. And I just love that word. I feel like it's very empowering. So that's kind of how we landed on that one. And I truly love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does that do for you when you see, your memoir with that title? I mean, that's a pretty powerful word. Like, how do you feel when you see?
I think it's amazing. When I look at it, I don't know, I feel empowered. So I hope that other people do too. But yeah, I just love that word. I think it's inspiring and I think it fits my story perfectly. So I think it was the perfect fit.
Hey, let me ask you one more thing. You talked about different things that are in the book that people might not have known about you before, weren't sort of widely talked about sort of things. Are there any things in particular that you're excited maybe to share with people, or, aspects of your story that you think people may be most interested to read in the book?
Yeah, I feel like there's a bunch of different things. I mean, I obviously talk about my family and like my brothers in the beginning, so I think that was kind of fun for people to kind of learn more about me and like my upbringing and stuff. So I thought that was really fun. Also, I think a lot of people didn't really know about some of the injuries that I faced throughout my career before going to Oklahoma. So I really wanted to, bring that into my story and kind of tell that into more detail. Just because a lot of gymnasts and athletes deal with injury. So I thought it was important to, talk about that and how I overcame. But yeah, I think people mainly kind of know me as the gymnast from Oklahoma and then also as athlete A. So I thought it was really fun to incorporate other stories and other aspects of my career, my journey, and my life into my story. So yeah, it was cool to be able to incorporate all of that too.
Great, thanks.
Great, we'll go to Catherine.
Hi. I was wondering if when writing this, you said like with your messages you wanted to deliver, if you had a certain audience that you wanted to reach, like a certain audience or people out there in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I hope my story reaches everybody. I mean, I feel like everybody can relate to, life throwing curveballs at you and life being really, really tough. And my story is one of resilience and overcoming. And so I feel like I hope I reach everybody, but I feel like it's more targeted to athletes, just because I do talk about my journey and all the struggles that I faced throughout and just like how hard it is to be an elite athlete, a collegiate athlete, things like that. But I do hope that it reaches everybody, not just athletes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right, apologies if I pronounce your name wrong, but Makaya?
Close. I'm Micaiah. Can you hear me?
That was my second guess.
You're okay. Hi, I'm Micaiah Carlson. I write for Gymnastics now, and Oklahoma is one of the teams that I cover. And I just kind of wanted to know a little bit about your experience. I guess your favorite moment you can recall from competing at Oklahoma, and I guess one piece of advice you would give to the gymnasts of today.
Yeah, I have so many favorite moments, but if I did have to pick a favorite, it would probably be either my freshman year at NCAA Nationals or 2019 Nationals. There is nothing like winning a national championship with your team. It is truly a dream come true. And you work so hard to get to that point. You do all the 6 a.m. workouts together. You go through season, all the highs, the lows, and kind of do everything together. And then coming out at the end of the competition at such a high pressure situation and take that trophy home, there's truly nothing like it. And so those are probably my 2 favorite moments in my entire life, not just my career at Oklahoma. And if I could relive them again and again, I would. There's truly something so special about it. And then something I would hope that gymnasts take away throughout their career or advice I would give them, I would say just be present and enjoy every single moment. It's not going to be easy and fun all the time, but being a collegiate athlete is truly a dream come true. And it goes by so fast. So just enjoy every moment with your team, with your coaches, walking to classes, the 6 a.m. workouts. You're going to miss it when it's gone. So just to be present and have fun throughout it all and give it 110% because, taking those titles home, it's truly so special. So yeah, just be present, have fun, and give it everything that you have.
Thank you so much.
We'll go back to Ryan.
If I can unmute here. Maggie, just wanted to ask you about what you've been up to since your career ended. Obviously, we've seen you around OU Gymnastics a decent amount, but how are things going for you, and what do you have planned, in the near and long-term future?
Yeah, so since I've been done, I got my master's at OU and then coached the OU team for 2 years. So that was an amazing experience. definitely thought about collegiate coaching, but definitely wanted to take other opportunities before I chose to do that. So now I am an online personal trainer, and so I have my own fitness app, so I run that. So that's really fun. That's something I'm truly passionate about, so I love doing that. I also own a nonprofit organization called the Maggie Nichols Foundation. And with my nonprofit, I also do a couple gymnastics meets around the US that I put on that called the We Are Strong with Maggie Nichols. So I'm busy doing that. And then I also have an agency. So I do a lot of speaking engagements at nonprofits, universities. So I really enjoy doing that and speaking to a lot of people and traveling a ton. So I'm pretty busy. I travel all the time, which I love it, but it is busy, but it's really fun. And it's fun to do a bunch of different things and just to be able to experience all of this.
Fantastic, Maggie. I really appreciate it. And like I said, good talking to you again.
You too. Thank you.
Right, Jenny?
Yeah, sort of to follow up on that, Maggie. I mean, you obviously spent so many years of your life competing, and I mean, obviously, you're still, in arenas. It's just a different arena now, business and those sorts of things. But has it been strange at all to be out of the competing mode of gymnastics?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely miss that aspect of my life. But it's really fun to, be on the other side of it now. And I'm still like involved in the sport, especially, going to my gymnastics meets and kind of just being there for the athletes. I know I'm not competing, but I'm still there. I'm still within the community, which I love. But I definitely miss that competitive side and, working towards like a championship or something, especially with the team. I really miss that team aspect and, working for a goal with, a big group of people. But I kind of find ways to, fulfill that within like my business and, my personal training and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm curious. Looks as though some athletes who did college gymnastics might be trying to make Olympic teams, which is not really something we've seen a lot in women's gymnastics over the years. What's your feeling about maybe having some collegians, go back to the international stage? How difficult that will be? Just the challenges potentially of that, but also the benefits potentially of that.
Yeah, it's super exciting to see so many collegiate athletes either qualifying to the Olympics or trying to do so. It is kind of unheard of like in past years, so it's really exciting to see. And yes, definitely super challenging. Collegiate gymnastics is pretty grueling during season just because you compete every single weekend, so it is a lot on your body and a lot of training. So being able to juggle both elite gymnastics and collegiate gymnastics is very challenging, but it's super amazing to watch all of them and be able to accomplish both at the same time. And yeah, it's so cool to watch. And I'll be cheering every single one of them on.
If the timeline had aligned a little differently for you age-wise, do you think that's something you might have considered? Or did you get to a point collegiately where you said, all right, that part of gymnastics is sort of behind me?
I don't know. I definitely probably would have considered it if I had maybe less injuries and stuff. I had some knee injuries that kind of bugged me all throughout, starting in my elite journey and then throughout my collegiate career. So maybe if I was a bit healthier, I totally would have considered that. I mean, going to the Olympics is such a dream come true. So maybe I would have, but my knees and stuff, I don't know.
Fair enough. I could only imagine. Thanks, Maggie.
You're welcome.
Right, Kenzie?
Hi. I'm not sure if somebody already asked this earlier on. I had audio issues on my end, so I apologize if I'm asking a question somebody else already asked. But what made you decide to share your story? What was the moment that you realized, okay, I need to share this?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we did share this. So I'll just say what I said before. So I wanted to write a book, all throughout college, and I kind of thought about doing so just because I thought I had kind of a unique story. I dealt with a lot of injuries throughout my career that kind of set me back, but kind of at an early age, I learned how to, see the positives of the situation, even though they are very difficult, and overcome with a positive manner. So I just felt like a lot of people could relate to my story, learn from my story, be inspired by my story. And then also, obviously, I dealt with a lot from USA Gymnastics, being athlete A, and wanted to share that aspect of my life too, just because it is a big part of who I am. And again, I just wanted to, help other people, whether they are dealing with the same thing, know people who have experienced similar things that have happened to them, and just learn and just educate them, but also to have them know that they're not alone, and things like that. So I just really wanted to share all of my story, the ups, the downs, and then obviously my career at Oklahoma, just how amazing my experience was there. But yeah.
And with your experience at OU, how has OU impacted your love for the sport of gymnastics?
Oh yeah. Going to Oklahoma truly made me fall in love with the sport again. Being able to be a part of such an amazing team, it felt like a family to me. And to be able to, work every single day together in the gym and then also at competitions, and just having every single person behind you cheering you on, truly meant so much to me. And I loved giving it everything I had at the University of Oklahoma to help them win championships, to help them win, every single meet. It was the best experience of my life, and I'm so thankful that I went to the University of Oklahoma.
And what would you say to little girls who are also facing adversity?
I would say that it's just part of the journey, and just to stay positive, and just to kind of take a step back and realize, like, this situation, even if it's an injury or a mental block, that it is teaching you something. It is growing you into such a stronger athlete, a stronger person. And so just to lean on your coaches, lean on your parents, and just you're gonna get through it. So just try to stay positive, and just to try to see what this is teaching you and growing you into.
Thank you. Sorry for making you repeat yourself earlier.
Oh, no, you're totally fine.
Maggie, can you take a second and talk about what it means to do a book signing back at your alma mater?
Yeah, I am truly so excited. Being able to do a book signing at the LNC, where I competed for 4 years, truly means so much to me. And to have Sooner Nation come and to sign their books, I'm just so excited to meet each and every person, and also just be in such a special place. That means so much to me. And I'm so excited that I can also cheer on the #1 Oklahoma Sooners afterwards.
Anybody else have any last minute questions? Catherine?
What do you feel? What do you think about the current team at OU and how they're doing so far?
Oh my gosh, they're doing so incredible. I mean, obviously they're ranked #1, but they seriously look so strong this year, so consistent. They have so much depth, and I'm just the proudest alumni. I love watching all the competitions, going to as many competitions in person that I can. But I don't know, I'm just so proud of them, and I'm just proud that I came from that team. But yeah, the coaches are seriously the best coaching staff in the country, and it truly shows in each team every single year. So I'm really excited to watch the rest of the season, and hopefully watch them win another national championship.
Hopefully.
Yes.